It was the dead of night when Claire found herself standing in the hallway of Middleton High. The school was eerily silent, the usual buzz of students replaced by an oppressive stillness. Her flashlight flickered, casting dancing shadows on the graffiti-covered lockers. Claire had lost a bet. Her friends had dared her to spend the night in the school, alone. Middleton High was infamous for its ghost stories, especially about room 217. Years ago, a fire had claimed the life of a teacher and several students trapped inside that very room. Since then, students whispered of strange noises, flickering lights, and shadows that didn't belong. Claire. "It's just a building," she muttered to herself, though her voice did little to steady her nerves. Her goal was simple: survive the night, prove her bravery, and get her friends to stop calling her Chicken Claire. She walked down the main corridor, her sneakers squeaking faintly on the polished floor. The school's trophies gleamed dimly in their glass cases, but Claire couldn't shake the feeling that she was being watched. Her flashlight landed on the door to the cafeteria. It creaked open as if inviting her in. She hesitated but stepped inside. The room was empty, save for rows of metal tables and chairs. As she scanned the room, she heard it, the faint sound of laughter. It wasn't the cheerful kind, it was distorted, echoing faintly like it came from underwater. Claire froze, her heart pounding. "Claire! Hello!" she called out, her voice trembling. The laughter stopped. Then, one of the chairs slid across the floor with a screech. Claire bolted out of the cafeteria, her flashlight beam wobbling wildly. She didn't stop until she reached the stairwell leading to the second floor. "Claire, it's just old pipes," she whispered, trying to convince herself. But deep down she knew something was wrong. The second floor was darker, the windows boarded up from an old renovation project. Claire's breath fogged in the chill air. Her goal was room 217, but each step closer filled her with a growing sense of dread. As she turned the corner, she saw it. The door to room 217, slightly ajar. A faint orange glow flickered from within, like firelight. She swallowed hard and pushed the door open. The room was empty. Desks were overturned, charred black, as if the fire had happened just yesterday. The air smelled faintly of smoke. Claire's flashlight flickered again, and for a moment she thought she saw figures standing by the windows. They were shadowy, their forms wavering like heat mirages. "Leave!" a voice whispered, faint and raspy. Claire spun around, but no one was there. "Claire! Who's there?" she demanded, her voice cracking. The shadows by the windows grew darker, coalescing into the shapes of children. Their eyes glowed faintly, and their faces were blank, featureless voids. Claire stumbled backward, her flashlight slipping from her hands. It hit the floor and went out, plunging the room into darkness. The whispering voices grew louder, overlapping into an incomprehensible chorus. Just as she felt the cold grip of something unseen on her shoulder, a deafening alarm blared. The sound of the fire alarm snapped her out of her paralysis. The lights in the hallway flickered on, and the shadows dissolved. Claire scrambled to her feet, grabbed her flashlight, and bolted out of the room. She didn't stop running until she was outside, gasping for air under the pale glow of the streetlights. Her friends were waiting in the parking lot, their laughter dying on their lips when they saw her face. "Friend, what happened?" one of them asked, but Claire couldn't speak. She just stared back at the school, where the faint outline of a figure stood in the second-floor window watching her. She never set foot in Middleton High again. Thanks for watching, and do not forget to like and subscribe the channel.